Hello, and welcome to a server review looking over the Star Wars roleplay section of Garry's mod. First off on our list is going to be a server that I currently just found in the first steps of going over servers, called Hadron Roleplay. This is on the Imperial side of all Star Wars servers. Now, when you first load into the server, you'll be opted with two different choices. You can either A, join the Imperial Navy, or join the Stormtrooper Corps. Of course, that is all up to you. For this video, I will be going over to the Stormtrooper Corps. When you hit next, you'll be opted with a name and description. You will need about 16 characters within your description. But for now, let's name yourself something very tiny. There we go. So now we have our little server review and our description. Next, you'll be given 30 points to conduct attribute points. Endurance will affect how long you can run for. Stamina will affect how fast you can run. And strength will measure how strong you are. Each one of these serves a different purpose within the game, and we'll show you what those purposes are. For now, I will max them all out to 10, just to have it even, to show a wide variety. And there you are! When you first join the server, you will only be able to create one maximum character. Hopefully, later on down the line, if you choose to stay, you might have the option to make more than one. For now, let us go ahead and start. When you load into the server, you will automatically see that there are multiple pictures behind you. You will see up to the top left. Oh, well, right. That it says, please remain here. A trainer will be with you shortly. With 2 promotional posters. While we wait on a staff member, why don't we go over the chat? In chat, they have 4 different icons. Actions. Advertisements. In character. And out of character chats. These can all be toggled by clicking on each one of the tabs. If it is not highlighted and blacked out, you will not see any of that section. While in other sections, you may see more than others. Let's go ahead and close this chat. Here's a good example of looking at the character. Their character models are actually decent, looking more towards the real life than some of the other servers, and actually started you as a recruit instead of another clone model. When you want to go into first or third person, you press and hold C. Your mouse cursor will come up and have 3 different options on the left and one at the top right. Click the one at the top right. It will say toggle third person. If you click this, you will go in and out of first person. Disabling blurring is also another good option to have if you are running on a more lower grade PC. For now, let's go ahead and go into first person. Since we are in first person now, we can review the charts. This will go over multiple different sections within the server and give you ranks along with a little picture. Even though that you cannot make out fully what each one is, it still is a nice touch. Now that we've actually finished reviewing the entire training room, let's get a staff member to be able to be trained. Let's take another note at something that is within the server. If you open up the console, which for most users is the tilde key, and type in body group wardrobe and press enter, you may now press the tilde key again to remove the other menu. You will be opted with a full menu for body groupers, where you can see the full model that you currently are, and multiple different customizations you can make to the character. To close this menu, all you need to do is go to the top right and click the X.
Azrael, you there?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, did I pronounce that right? Azrael?
Yes. Azrael is my name, yes.
Okay.
While our friend tries to find us a staff member, why don't we go over in depth of this tab menu? When you press tab, usually a member of all personnel on the server shows up. Not only does it tell you what branch they are a part of, it also tells you their name, their description, and gives you a picture of their player model's face, along with their pings down the right side. As you see, there are multiple different job groups and different models, which all currently look really, really nice. You may also see that Imperial Commandos are VIP only, which is something else that has not been discussed.
Actually, Ezra, how about you just come with me? We're just gonna go hunt down one of them since they can't really come to us right now.
Webb is taking the full-on frontal approach to trying to get a staff member, asking me to come with him to find a staff member.
Should be okay. By the way, this is the firing range where you'll most likely, officers will most likely have you tested. It goes from farthest range to, and you go shorter and shorter each time you go forward, each time you go left, the farther it gets. Depends which way you want to do it. Alright, there you are. This guy needs his name and model. I tried to hunt you down, but I couldn't find you anywhere.
Could've just used that shit.
I did! Twice! That means my third time, no one came.
Say, open this. Is Rainer dead? Yeah.
we have now received our TK numbers, which our TK numbers can be reviewed here. We are PCT TK 2308. We have now had our model changed as well, which we can review in just a minute. He is also giving us our inventory collectives, which is our E11 blaster, our flashlight, and shortly our comms.
Alright, shoot everything.
First, we're going to toggle the comm and put the
as you
frequency
are,
on 1,
actually, no. On
which is what
now
he's going to
you're
describe now.
2308. So if someone says 2308, they'll most likely mean you. So please follow me so we can get you used to your equipment.
Now Webb is wanting to bring us to do some equipment training, to try to give us an idea of what we actually have and what we're using.
So to use your equipment, mostly you'll have to do F1, go to your inventory, right click on your E11 blaster, and right click. And for your radio, you have to toggle it and then set your frequency to 000.1. Now to pull out your weapon and take it off the permanent safety by nut script, you hold R. Now of course you're not going to have any ammo, there is an ammo box right there.
Reviewing what we saw earlier, this should give us some ammo. We will now get some ammo.
Come over here.
For now, we are going to test out the E11 like the sergeant is telling us to.
Aim, fire.
We are aiming down the sights. Looking at the sights, they're actually pretty decent. Going back to the weapon review, there are two different modes for this weapon that you immediately get. The E11. As he stated, you can get one with or without a scope. There is the semi-fire option, and there is the full auto option. Of course, when using semi-auto, you have the most accuracy, where you have time to be able to depict which shot you're going to take, and where it's going to be taken at. That's where your shots come into play, and your aim. Moving to full auto. As you already see, there is some kickback whenever you already shoot one shot. So pressing down and holding the fire button will of course allow you to go into full auto mode, which you will have to control the recoil to stay more accurate. Of course, when you're done firing, the magazine will stay empty until you either fire again or reload. For this test, we'll go ahead and press the fire button one more time to see if it automatically reloads. It does not. That is another safety that they do have within the server. We're going to press and hold R to put the gun in permanent safety, and then Shift DR to put the gun in safety again, just to be double safe. We're going to unequip our E11 blaster as well, just to make sure that we don't shoot at anybody and get in trouble for shooting someone. So, Mandam, how long have you been with the server? And within those 1 to 2 weeks, how would you rate your experience from a 1 to a 10? Speaking of community, what type of people could you find on Hadron Roleplay Imperial? In your personal experience, how long have you been with the Star Wars roleplay community? Okay. Moving on to events. How often do events usually occur on Hadron Roleplay? Reviewing some of the tabs in the server, it is shown that you are a VIP. What comes with being a VIP? How does one acquire it? Since it was not told in our training exercise to become a ST. Thank you for your time. Do you have any closing remarks that you would like to give to the viewers? As to you, have a great day. Hello, Malik. How would you rate the community within Hadron? That is hard to say. Imperial.
I don't entirely know yet, because I've only actually been officially a part of this server today.
Oh, so we have a new recruit. So what is your first impressions of the server?
I like it. It's nice being on a different map other than the Venator, although I don't like how I have to apply to become II or ISB.
Oh, that is new information. You have to apply to become certain things. To keep that as a note. Moving on to more game mechanics. When you joined the server, what did you think of the game mechanics, the nut script, the inventory setting, and how the guns operate?
I like it. I actually like it quite a bit the way everything operates. It's different and it's a nice breath of fresh air.
Moving on to another more personal question. How long have you been with the Star Wars roleplay community?
This man done about 3 years, give or take.
So we have two veterans of the Star Wars roleplay community that both give the server a more 8 out of 10 per se. Have you been a part of any events so far?
No, not yet.
Moving on to something more simplistic. What about a simulation? How have their simulations been?
Been in like 1 or 2 simulations, and so far we're alright.
Okay. Moving on to a community question. What type of people have you met so far? Only joining today.
Far, everybody seems really nice, interacting with them on the Discord and such. So, I mean, doesn't seem like a bad community at all, compared to other ones I've been a part of.
Do you have any final or closing remarks for the viewers?
No.
Alright. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
As well, 2308.
Now that we're coming to a more closed version of this, we still have one more step to be able to complete this entire review, which is participate in one simulation and participate in one event. After we participate in these two things, this full server review for Hadron Imperial Roleplay will be complete. Stay tuned for part 2 to be able to see how their events and simulations play out. This is Azrael reporting in for the first review of Hadron Imperial Roleplay.